Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Monday Mornings with Michael. Today, I want to dive into a topic that's foundational to everything we do as believers, what it really means to be a Christian. We're talking beyond the labels, beyond the routines, and straight into the heart of what it means to truly follow Christ. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hi, I'm Michael Pate, Christian author and speaker. Over the last 8 years, I've written over 400 Bible studies and devotionals. My new devotional book, Grounded and Grateful, is a great way to start out your 2025. You can get your copy on Amazon by clicking on the QR code you see on the screen, or you will find a link in the description below. Let's begin by defining Christianity to its core. And Christianity is not about religion, it's about relationship. Jesus said in John 14:6, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Christianity starts with recognizing that Jesus is the only path to salvation and the one who restores our relationship with God. Here's the thing, saying you're a Christian doesn't make you one. It's not about attending church on Sundays, owning a Bible, or even knowing all the right answers in Sunday school or life group. It's about how we live and who we live for. Think about it this way. If someone observed your life without hearing your words, would they see evidence of your faith? Now, that's a tough question, isn't it? Let's look at faith in action. James 2:17 reminds us, faith by itself, if it's not accompanied by action, is dead. Real faith transforms how we believe, but it's not about achieving perfection or checking off a list of spiritual tasks. It's about reflecting Jesus in small, everyday moments. For example, think about that coworker who always gets under your skin. Responding with kindness instead of anger demonstrates Christ's love. Or when we forgive someone who's wronged you, you're living out Ephesians 4:32. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as Christ God forgave you. Every interaction is an opportunity to reflect Christ, and it's small choices, choosing integrity over shortcuts, generosity over greed, and love over hate. That defines us. Let's talk about embracing perfection. One of the biggest misconceptions about Christianity, that it's for perfect people. I got a news flash for you here. It's not. Romans 3:23 reminds us, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And that's all of us, me, you, and everyone else. But here's the good news. Being a Christian isn't about pretending to have it all together. It's about admitting that we don't. It's about bringing our mess to God and allowing Him to transform us through His grace. Let me share a story about a friend of mine. His name was Ryan. And Ryan grew up in church, went to Sunday school. He knew all the Bible stories, but during his teenage years, he felt like he didn't measure up to the Christian standard. He struggled with the choice that he had made. He fell into a crowd that didn't share his values and began to feel distant from God. As Ryan got older, he felt more and more shame. Every time he stepped into church, he thought people were judging him. How could God accept him? Someone like him, he wondered, and the guilt held him back for years, and he avoided faith altogether because he thought he wasn't worthy. Then one day, a mutual friend invited Ryan to a men's Bible study. He resisted at first, but eventually he agreed to go. And that night, the group discussed Romans 8:1. Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. It was like a light bulb that went off in his heart. He realized he didn't have to earn God's love. It was already his through Jesus. He later told me, it felt like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders. I finally understood that God's grace is bigger than my past, bigger than my mistakes, and it was bigger than my insecurities. That was the start of Ryan's journey back to faith. And it wasn't easy. He had to wrestle with doubts and learn to forgive himself, but he grew stronger with every step. Today, Ryan leads that same Bible study, encouraging other men who feel unworthy. His story reminds me of Romans 5:8. But God demonstrates His own love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God's love doesn't wait for us to clean up everything in our lives. He meets us where we are in the middle of our mess and offers us grace. Let's talk about walking counter to the culture. Being a Christian also means living differently from the world. Romans 12:2 challenges us, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. This might look like saying no to gossip when everyone else joins in, or choosing to pray for your enemies instead of holding grudges. Standing out isn't always easy, but it's part of living a life surrendered to God. Take Daniel, for instance. He refused to compromise his faith even in hostile environments. Whether it was praying openly when he knew it could cost him his life or sticking to his convictions, Daniel demonstrated that being a believer sometimes means going against the flow. It's about community sometimes also, and Christianity isn't a solo journey. Hebrews 10:24 and 25 reminds us to spur one another on toward love and good deeds, and to not give up meeting together. You see, faith flourishes in community. Think about your life group or your church family or even close friends who you share your faith with. See, these relationships are vital. They encourage us, they hold us accountable, and remind us that we're all in this together. So what does it all boil down to? Micah 6:8 captures it beautifully. To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. Being a Christian isn't about perfection, it's about direction. Living daily to honor God and to love others. It's about surrendering to God's will even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient for you. Here's my challenge for you this week. I want you to take an inventory of your walk with God. What areas of your life reflect Christ? What areas need work? Spend some time in prayer asking God to reveal how you can live more authentically as a Christian. And don't be afraid to take a bold step, whether it's forgiving someone, sharing your faith, or stepping into a new area of service. Don't be scared, be bold. Thank you for exploring this important topic with me today. If this encouraged you or got you thinking, hit that like button and share this video with someone that you think might need it. And as always, comment, like, and subscribe. And be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check this one out because I think you would enjoy it too. Remember, keep walking by faith and reflecting God's love in every step that you take. See you next week on Monday Mornings with Michael.